trial or a bench trial? That's the simple question.
If I request a jury trial, would it be fraudulently presumed that I'm giving jurisdiction?
Say again.
If I say I want a jury trial, is that going to be fraudulently assumed by you that you have jurisdiction over me?
First off, I already established that I have jurisdiction over you. You committed a crime in the city of Taylor. I have jurisdiction over you. Court does. So we already discussed that part. You can order the transcripts from that first time when we already went through jurisdiction. If you didn't understand it from there, you can always order the transcripts and reread it. But clearly, I already have jurisdiction. So, and I don't fraudulently assume anything. Everything I do is done because I was elected to be the judge here. I am sworn in as the judge here. I uphold the Constitution. Matter of fact, I keep a copy of my oath right here on the bench. Why? Because it means a lot to me. So there's nothing fraudulent about anything that I do, sir. I will tell you this: you will get a fair trial. That's for sure. That's why, because that's what the Constitution requires for everybody to get. And so, if you're implying anything other than that, that's not going to happen. So, again, jury. All right, Mr. Martin, good morning, sir. Ms. Manarino, good morning.
Good morning, Your Honor.
All righty. This is case 231510OT. And today, date and time set for a settlement conference. Parties have an opportunity to discuss the matter.
Good morning, Your Honor. Angela Mandarin on behalf of the people. Your Honor, I did have an opportunity to hear Mr. Martin's position on the issue while we were in the breakout room. He requested that I dismiss the case. The people are unwilling to do so and would ask that the court set this for a trial.
So, we've already had the motion to dismiss. Get the and this is the motion on the demand for the body cam footage. Is that correct, Mr. Martin?
Yeah, that's one of the things I recently filed among some others. Yep, go ahead.
All right, so this is there body cam footage, Ms. Manarino?
Your Honor, I believe there is, and if the court wants to enter a discovery order in this matter, I think that would allow Mr. Martin to have access to the video that he's taken.
All righty, so let me just make sure that there's cam. All right, so I will enter the order for discovery, and then Mr. Martin, you can request that from once you get a copy of the order, you can request that from the PD. Now, as far as the moving forward goes, because obviously Mr. Martin's going to need to watch the video to further whatever prepare for his case. So are we setting this for a jury trial, bench trial, or a settlement conference?
I'm not clear about what you said about the discovery. You just said something about I can get it from the PD after an order, so I'm not clear on what you're saying.
I can't tell you how to practice law, sir. So I can't tell you how to go about that. I'm going to enter an order for discovery.
Right.
And then you take your steps to get the discovery. All right.
So the order that I'd be given to it, if you're just going to tell me I can go to the records office and get it, that's not providing me with the information.
I'm not telling you how to do it, sir. I'm just telling you I'm entering an order whereby you'll be able to get gather information that you need to for your case. So.
All right, we'll just see when it comes in, but like I said, you're just not being totally clear on what's that going to be or whatever, but so I can't possibly object to it now. If anything, I have to wait and see what your written order says, but okay.
All
So,
right. So we're gonna set this up for, are we setting this for a bench trial, a jury trial?
if need to, well, first I'm object to, I don't think I can get a jury trial is won by one's peers, and I don't think that's going to be able to be obtained because I doubt if I can find a jury of my peers, which would be those that who acknowledge as one of the people, sovereign people. Mostly everyone's probably, if not every jury member would say.
That's not how it works, bud. I'm just telling you, that's not how it works. You have to get back on Google and Google whatever other story you want to come up with. Peers just means anybody who's over the age of 18 who lives here in the city of Taylor. That's your peers who are also registered voters. That's where the jury pool comes from. That's what the Constitution allows for. They don't have to be, when you say like-minded, that doesn't mean that they have to subscribe to some archaic form of the Constitution that isn't how it actually reads. And I'm a pure constitutionalist myself, so I get that. But that's not what that's absolutely not what it means. Jury trial or bench trial, I need to set it for one or the other, sir.
First, I object to the truth that you're asserting. I don't agree that that's true what you said there. But
Sure.
if we're going to force the hand, like I said, it's going to be a jury.
All right, so jury trial it is.
But I'm
So I'll set that. Go ahead.
It's only through fraud and duress do I say that. So that's all I'm under here. Fraud and duress.
Okay. Well, first off, there's nobody, there is no fraud nor duress. You're sitting in your own home. You're on Zoom. There's nobody twisting your arm. No one's holding any weapon to you in order to necessitate a duress type of thing. And basically, I gave you a choice. Do you want a bench trial or a jury trial? So it was up to you to pick, and you wanted a jury trial. There's nothing wrong with that. You have a constitutional right to set jury trial, and we'll make that happen. So, again, nothing but due process and fairness happening here. So we're going to set this for a jury trial. And you'll be receiving notice in the mail when that will be.
Thank you.
I'll also be mailing out a copy of the scheduling order. Have a good day, sir.
I was say,
Happy
Thank
New Year's.
You always just talk. You don't give a person a respond, and then you say how something ain't threatened duress, but you don't give.
When I make a ruling on something, a ruling is literally there's no response to it. That's what the ruling is. So the ruling is I'm going to set it for jury trial. Your motion for discovery is granted. I'm going to send out an order for the discovery, and there's really no other response needed other than Happy New Year. You'll get your date in the mail for the jury trial, and you'll get a copy of the order in the mail.
You know, that's clearly obviously unfair to say there's no response. That's saying what I say is that, and that's it. There's nothing to say about it. Obviously, you don't believe in the Constitution too much because you're not giving me my due process right to say what I have to say. Meaning,
well, first off, listen. If you're just gonna needlessly jabber about things that have nothing to do with anything of the case, you've already won your motion. So I'm not really sure what more you need to make a record on. I literally said, hey, we're going to enter an order for discovery. You requested discovery by a motion, and I'm granting discovery. So there's really no more record to be made other than if you want to say something like, yay, I won, or something like that. But there's nothing more to add to that. If it's about the facts of the case, this is not the time or the place to talk about the facts of the case. That's what the whole point of a trial is for. And then you can prove your case you don't have to prove anything. The prosecution has to prove their case. You can present things or you can remain silent. You have the right to do that. You can be a witness for yourself. You can do that if you choose. So with regard to that, that's how we're going to proceed. And then, so we're going to send out again the jury trial notice in the mail, and you'll receive it at that point. In the meantime, stay safe, have a blessed day, and a happy New Year, sir.
Okay, well, I'm not done yet.
A courtroom hearing turns tense when a defendant repeatedly challenges jurisdiction, jury trial rules, and evidence procedures. The judge grants discovery for body cam footage and clarifies how legal requests must be processed. Despite objections and claims of court overreach, The judge maintains order and explains constitutional trial structure while moving the case toward a jury trial under standard legal procedure. Should courts spend more time addressing sovereign citizen arguments, or are judges right to move cases forward without engaging them?